It's time for Instagram Designs My OC round 2. Let's get started. So before I get out my phone, I'm actually going to turn to the next available page in my sketchbook and just open it out flat. I need a binder clip. Where is the binder clips? Got one. And it's blue. It's cute. Oh my god, yay. So hopefully that will suffice. Then I'm gonna get out my pencil wrap. Now this has pens in it as well. Obviously this isn't my full pencil case collection. I also have this pencil case as well. It's a Rustic Town one, which is really, really good. But the stuff in here is usually the main pencils that I use. So let's get out these ones. I'm getting out multiple different pencils because some are HB. This is a Palomino Blackwing, which is a really, really good sketching pencil, but it's really, really dark. A mechanical pencil for fine details. And this is a 2B that I have sharpened manually. So going on to my Instagram, I've actually saved the stories. Can you see that? Can you focus on that? No? Okay. And we are doing a boy! Oh my god! Last episode, so this is the only spoiler that I'm going to give about round 1, is that it was a female character. So this is definitely going to be different, and I'm very, very happy about that. So first of all, I'm going to use my Koh-i-Noor Hartmouth 2B pencil. This is just something I got from a scrawler box somewhat recently. I've been having a bit of art block lately, so if my drawings are stiff, then you know why. I think in terms of like poses and stuff like that, or like just base bodies, I pretty much draw girls and boys exactly the same. So even though it might not look like a boy at the moment, actually we're gonna make it into a boy. Why is it? All of my drawings at the moment are just getting worse and worse and worse. This looks awful. Let's not draw hands, because we don't know what he's going to be like. I know I said I wouldn't take this one too seriously, but oh, my perfectionist nature will be the death of me. We got a basic form for our boy. So the next poll is actually whether they're going to be tall or short. Let's find out the answer. Oh, it's a 50-50 split. Oh my god. I don't know whether you can see that. Yay. 50-50. Let's actually swipe up and see how many votes for each. But we have 109 votes for tall and 107 votes for short. That means he is going to be my tall string bean. So this boy is going to be tall. Let's actually go ahead to the next poll, which is whether he's going to be slimmer or chunkier. So let's actually have a look at that. And the result to that is he's going to be a slim boy. He's going to be a string noodle. Oh my god. Yes, all the string bean noodle. I'm actually down for that design choice. I think that that could be a really, really cool design. So let's actually just sketch out another design for him. We want String Bean. I think that should be his nickname, just String Bean. Or Noodle. Noodle could be a good one too. I don't know. I'm already naming him. I'm becoming too attached, and I haven't even like given him any hair or anything. Oh my god. Why am I like this? So this is just going to be a very, very quick sketch. So he's very noodly. He's very, very slim. You didn't think I could get slimmer than that? Well, look at this. So surely if he's slimmer, he could have like a really, really slim face or something. Maybe like, obviously I haven't decided on hair yet because we haven't got to that yet. But I'm thinking maybe like a really, really slim face. like he could be quite gaunt and he could have cheekbones or something. I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, if he's going to be tall, let's kind of like apply tall and slim to his face as well. He kind of looks like a girl. Oh, this is not going to help him. The way I draw eyes just makes every face I draw look really feminine. It's only when I add features that it just makes the style look less feminine. We'll see what the other results are, but I'm kind of picturing him to be quite edgy. I don't know, already. Like gaunt. That face looks really ugly, but let's continue. Let's actually hopefully put some hair on his head or something. So his hair is going to be long and it's going to be curly. Long curly hair seems to be something that my audience likes to vote for. Maybe it's my character Loki, I don't know. Just, I can't win with any other variation, can I? So we are gonna actually have some long curly hair. Let's actually add it to this headshot. I wonder how curly we can actually make this hair. And what kind of hair are we looking at? Okay. I think short curly hair could have been cute, but then again, it might look like some of the characters that I already have. Oh, he's already looking like a woman. Oh no. Oh, how do we fix this? How do we fix him? Oh no. I'm gonna look through some references and then get back to drawing. So is this curly enough for people? I don't know. Part of me classes this as wavy, but I tried to do curls on him that looked like Loki's curls, but like he just started to look a lot more like Loki. So I don't know. And also, how long is long in terms of hair length? So hopefully this will suffice. I actually kind of like the way he's looking. Okay, not the design route I would have took it in, but that's fine with me. So the next choice is whether they are human or not, and the answer is he's not human. Oh god, what am I gonna do now? I think what will help me is what climate to put him in. So let's actually skip ahead to the climate one and just see what climate this character is going to be in. Okay. He is going to be in a warm climate. Okay. That's very close actually. The fact how close that is, like 49% to 51%, that's closer than I would have thought it would be. Okay, warm climate it is. Let's write that down so I don't forget it because my brain is like a broken sieve. Let's look at my atrocious handwriting while we do that, and all the eraser dust just gathering everywhere. Not human. Let's think about this. Oh, I've been drawing a lot of my Mer Kingdom lately in my OC universe, and I'm kind of leaning towards like a fish kind of thing. I don't know. And he's not human either, so that means that his skin tone could be like a relatively like interesting colour. I think we should just check his skin tone so I have a good idea of what he's going to be like. Oh, so overwhelming result, he's gonna have dark skin tone. Okay. You know what, I'm leaning towards making him a shark boy. I don't know why. I'm leaning towards Shark Boy. So with him changing, he is going to be quite the long shark. Although he could be like any creature under the sea. And when I think long, in terms of like sea creatures, I kind of think jellyfish. Maybe that's because I've been drawing a lot of my Jellyfish Queen Aquaria lately. So he could actually be a pretty thin jellyfish. I'm kind of thinking what would work with his like slim and tall kind of physique. And something's just crossed my mind. How about an eel? I don't know. Like, an eel could be an interesting concept. I mean, he doesn't even have to have arms, because he could just have fins. Because eels are really long and slim. They're also quite slippery, like slippery and sneaky, and I'm getting kind of like this character personality vibe with him. Okay, let's just sketch in that hair, because it's a lot of hair. I think the reason why I thought jellyfish also is like, just look at his hair. It kind of like reminds me of like a jellyfish almost, with the way his curls are. Let's give him a fin. Okay, I'm getting a feel for it. I'm not 100% convinced, but then again, I never am when I'm designing characters. I never am until like a couple of days later when I look at it and just be like, oh yeah, now I like this character. Okay. But he's coming together, and I can definitely have a sense of what he could be like. Actually, are eels in warm climate? Oh no, that is something that I literally just thought of. Crap. Why do I always forget certain parts of development? Just why? Why? Okay, so I just looked it up and it says the moray eel. I don't know whether this is the right eel, but like this is the first eel that came up, so let's just say that one. The moray eel is a large species of eel found in warm and temperate waters all around the world. Okay, that's good enough for me. So the next option is whether they are masculine or feminine, and the overall winner was masculine. His clothes. Although he's an eel, he doesn't really wear clothes. And because it's in a warm climate, what would he wear? What would he wear? Oh no, I've pretty much set myself up to fail with this one. Oh god. I suppose in a warm climate he wouldn't really wear anything, so let's not draw any clothes for him. Since he's a thin string bean, and I want him to be a thin string bean, so I'm not really going to draw a six-pack or anything like I do with a lot of my male characters. I know it feels like a cop-out not drawing clothes, but like it would make more sense. I've actually drawn him without ears, which is quite an interesting thing. Should I give him ears? I keep working on this drawing, but like it's probably the best we're gonna get for now. So now looking closer at like an eel, he would have pretty sharp teeth as well, so he would be quite like ferocious, even though he looks quite cute, like with the whole string bean thing. I'm just drawing an eel's head for now, just to get a feel for how to draw the eel. Whether he will keep his nice appearance, I don't know. This is in my comfort zone. This isn't. Oh no. This is a really, really bad drawing of an eel. Please excuse me. Never drawn an eel's head, so there's that. So the fin would begin quite close to the head, but since if we're gonna go with the same sort of style up here, then that wouldn't really be something that I'm looking to do, or maybe it will be, but the hair would block it, so I don't know. They have really fine teeth. That's what I can see. I don't know whether that looks like an eel. It looks really, really bad. Please excuse my eel drawing. It's not very good. Oh no. It looks really, really bad. He could have been a snake. For all we know. He could have been a snake. Because that would make sense in my Desert Kingdom Dune as well. Am I changing the whole thing again? Oh, why? Why? What I'm thinking of when I think snake is I'm thinking of this kind of snake, this sort of shape as the top, if you know what I'm saying. I've drawn it really terribly, but that's what I'm thinking. As a recording, I actually took a break, and this is a new clip, so it's a couple of hours later. When filming these videos, I have to admit I do get bored because it's a long period of time for me to just sit down and just sketch without music, and I do get bored and unenthusiastic. So I took a break in between recording this. Obviously for you guys it's not going to be chopped up, but during those 2 hours I also took the chance to think over whether I wanted to change the eel to a snake like I said in the previous clip, and I kind of decided that I would like to stick with the eel, mainly because I've already started with the eel and I think that it could be a really interesting concept to go with. I'm going to experiment with how to take the face from this point onwards, because obviously we have this face right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off the binder clip and we're actually going to move on to the next page, because I want a fresh page for like the next few things that I'm going to be doing. Obviously there is going to be a lot of me flipping between pages, so I hope that's going to be okay. So let's actually go to the next poll. The next poll is whether it is going to be an innocent or edgy character, and this character is going to be edgy. Oh my god. Okay, it kind of works with an eel, so I'm kind of happy about that. Edgy. Now let's rework the face a little bit. So we're going to do it from a profile view, because that way we can actually see what the features look like when they're protruding out of the face. Something I added which kind of adds to the design is actually these slits in the neck. I debated whether they should be in the neck or the cheeks. Now, they could be in the cheeks. I don't know. Let's just make like a really rough sketch here, just to like see how that would look. I'm not going to draw like detailed eyes, but I am just going to do the shapes of the eyes. So these eyes are just going to look a bit crazy. But then again, they could actually go with the theme of the character. Who knows? So we're gonna have cheekbones. He could also be quite angry as well. I kind of imagine him, especially with him now revealed to be edgy. It could be really interesting, him being quite angsty. That kind of works actually. Like from the straight view, just adding an extra line underneath those cheekbones actually kind of like give that impression that they're gills on the face. I'm not sure if I like the gills on the face, but I might go with it. I don't know. Let's do a little bit of further development first. I've actually been having trouble drawing a lot of profiles recently. I don't know what it is, but it's like I've lost my edge. It's like it's not fun. So I'm trying to go with the head of the eel a little bit more to see what we can get, although I really do think it's gonna look more like a dog or something. And it's not gonna look like an eel at all, because I am terrible at drawing animals. Some of my university stuff might say otherwise. Oh, this looks terrible. Oh no, I think to save my sanity, because I am very self-conscious and critical about my artwork all the time, I think I'm just gonna go with my comfort zone. And I know that sounds like a cop-out, but I want to save my sanity, okay? Like, give me that. You guys get to vote on everything else. I at least want to keep my sanity in the process. Don't mind me, the head is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The big head syndrome from my past. And when I talk about big head syndrome, I'm not talking about me having a big head. I'm talking about all of my artwork having the same thing. Just a big head. That looks more like a bird. Oh no.
So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make his eye shape a lot more round, because in the eel sketch it's more round. Even though he is not going to be pure eel, I think changing his eye shape might actually really help the way he looks, and also it will really help by diversifying my style a little bit, because he kind of reminds me of two of my characters, Hide and Abereron. Okay, so I kind of drew his arm in the wrong place, or like too far forward, so that way I couldn't actually get any of the details in like I wanted to. So obviously, because he's quite slim, I want him to have like a thinner neck, and that's kind of an issue in terms of like making him look like a boy in my style, because having a broader neck is definitely more of a masculine thing when you draw male characters. I haven't drawn his hair on yet, so he will look odd.
Let's actually switch to my detailer pencil.
I should have filmed this video on my drawing board, because I think that would have been a lot better for me. You know, the one thing I have noticed is he still doesn't have ears, but eels don't really have like ear kind of shapes, so I don't know whether to give him ears. Stay tuned to see whether he gets ears or not. Yay! Because of how dark this pencil is, it's actually created the eye shape in like a really dark ring, and it kind of looks like excess eyeliner, which goes with the whole edgy aesthetic. It's turning out good, okay. Compared to the edgy aesthetic, I still can't get over how terrible this looks. Me trying to do something that just inevitably fails. He looks similar, obviously not completely the same. Hide and Abereron, I'd say he looks more like Abereron than Hide, because Hide has shorter hair and it's more straight, and Abereron has straight, long hair. Hide actually has the side of his head shaved, whereas Abereron actually, in this area on this side, actually has plaits pulling back the entire hair, or braids if you're from America, because I call braids plaits. But yeah, that eye, I cannot tell you how much that differentiates him from Hide and Abereron. That's crazy. Just how a different style of eye can just do so much. I think instead of a masculine chin, he should just have his chin pulled back a bit. I think if he was heavier and I was still going with the eel aesthetic, he would have more of a double chin. But because he is supposed to be slim, plus he has a tail, so you can't get any more eel than a tail. Add that to the list of quotes that I have said.
Okay, I could get behind that. That looks decent enough. I keep going on about the eye shape, but the eye shape definitely does so much. Because look how cute he was before, and then, oof, the difference. Oh my god. I've actually added a line underneath and a line on the side, just to like make it a little bit more eye-like. So I'm gonna just draw the character in a I wouldn't say 3D, I mean like a 3/4 length, like a 3/4 view almost. My basic style 3/4 view. As I said before, if my sketches look really bad, it's because I am very art blocked. It's like nothing is turning out 100% right at the moment. And usually when you have art block, it usually means that you want to or are going to improve at some point very soon. But it's not happening quick enough, which is sad for me. If he isn't edgy already, his jawline would make up for that. His nose, I'm not too convinced about his nose. Like, I kind of like the long sloped look, but I'm not entirely sure. And the only reason why I'm going with like the sloped
like long sloped kind of look is because on the original eel it's like very sloped and long with hardly a bump. There's like, obviously there's a bump at the top and then it just goes straight down. I'm gonna actually have his mouth open. I think I might actually do a separate headshot that's going like really zoomed in, like over here. I know I haven't finished that one, but I'll get to it in a minute. And obviously they're gonna be incredibly sharp teeth. I think his lip... Guess who just dropped her pencil on the floor? I did. Oh my god. The picture of Grace, me. It's all a lie. I'm not graceful. Or coordinated, apparently. Also, it looks really odd without eyes, and I think the nose is too high for this. Why? So his chin is quite rounded, but his jaw is like... It's like it could cut someone up. He looked really cute in the beginning. If this isn't edgy, I don't know what is. No one complain. You know how I've been designing him after like an eel? He kind of looks like one of those deep sea fish. At the moment he looks really derpy, but it's because he hasn't got any eyebrows. I kind of give all of my male characters thicker eyebrows than the female characters. I don't know whether people have noticed that about my style, but like the male characters always have thick eyebrows. Ooh, the face kind of looks very warped. It looks horrible. Let's just forget the neck exists for a second, just so we can like figure out this face shape. I feel like this is very different to my style, and it has pushed me to have this very diverse character, but at the same time he is going to be incredibly hard to draw, or at least draw correctly. He needs a name. I love how he's like so scary and so edgy, but with like the most fabulous hair ever. It's like, I don't care whether I look scary, I have fabulous hair. I'm not saying this as an offensive statement, but I'm saying it as like more of a very general statement. It's very hard to make curly hair look edgy. I don't know if it's just me who thinks that, because curly hair is usually associated with more softer characters. I suppose the one thing curly hair does have that it can actually show in a character is how much control they have, or like it can be a piece of symbolism, because my character Loki, her hair kind of depicts her story almost. Loki has this very closed view on the world. It's very straight and tunnel vision kind of view, but as soon as that mentality starts to break, she cuts it, and when it grows back out, it's like huge curly puff of a mess, and it kind of shows that her life has gotten more crazy and out of control, and she as a character has a personality as big as her hair. I suppose in that kind of sense it does actually work with this character well if you apply the same logic, with his hair being like absolutely mental. God, it looks like he doesn't have like half of his head, and I think it's mainly because of his face. Oh my god, that looks better. As soon as I added one line to his head, or one line that's been done over multiple times, it just made his face look so much better. He looks really evil. Oh my god. People who know my OC universe, Hawk could never. Oh, I'm so sorry. This boy will haunt your nightmares till the end of time. So I took another little break, not as long as the first one. It's because I wanted to eat, and I decided to give him ears. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep this particular ear. I might go with a different shape. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on what I want to go with. So the next one is going to be whether this character has dyed hair or not. They are going to have dyed hair. Okay. I wonder what colour to give him, because he could have like really, really interesting kind of coloured hair. I think I'll think about that while doing the next one, which is piercings, and with an overwhelming 75 to 25%, we do have piercings for him. So let's give him some piercings. So first of all, I need to consider exactly where these piercings will go. So to do that, I think what I might do is I might use my blue pencil to actually mark where these piercings could go. And plus, I haven't actually drawn the ear on this drawing. It's because this was done before I decided to do any sort of ear shape. So let's just roughly sketch that in. I feel like the piercing might even be on the tail or something like that, because I think that could be a really, really interesting concept. I think when I was drawing this one, I actually had the thought that there could be something on the end of his tail just to make his tail look a little bit more interesting. And yeah, I think that could look really cool. I think for his face he should have a piercing. So I think for the first piercing, I'm gonna have one in his eyebrow. That could look really, really cool. With the rest of his face, I don't actually know exactly if I should give him something. I'm not entirely sure I should give him a piercing on his ear, but I think what I might do is on this ear in particular, I think I might make a gap in his ear, like kind of like he was trying to wear gauges in his ear, but it kind of teared open or something. I don't know. I'm not a gauges kind of person, but I imagine that being horrific. So for the ear, I've actually decided with this design. So originally he was gonna have like a gauge like in the lower part of his ear, but then I thought, oh, it could be like tore open gauge, I don't know. But then I decided I liked the ear shape, so whether he had a gauge and tore it open there, I don't know, or whether that is his actual ear shape. I might try it out on the other side just to see how it looks, and I think I actually like it. He's only gonna have one ear pierced, I think. He has his eyebrow pierced, and I think he's gonna have his tail pierced as well, so I don't want there to be too much going on, so I don't want to add any more in terms of piercings, because I think it would overwhelm this piece a lot more than it should. So I'm actually just going to extend this drawing of him, just like making him kind of have his tail kind of like go onto this page, because I think that could be a very interesting composition possibly for a final piece. So let's actually give him like a piercing on his tail. I don't think it would be a wide piercing like a gauge or anything, but it would be a piercing that would be enough to, like, I don't know, maybe have a loop on it. Because I have this idea that he could have like this this arrow on his tail. I don't know whether that's like edgy, but something incredibly simple on his tail, not something like insanely complicated to do. That's kind of a cool concept. I'm unsure about it because in some ways it would work, and then other ways it just completely wouldn't be practical for this character to have that. Don't ask me what this hand is. Like, I feel like my hands this month, in terms of drawing hands, have just been so unbelievably terrible that I cannot even. That is probably one of the worst hands I've ever done. Oh no, I can't, no. It has to be somewhat adequate. So we have a clean slate, and the reason why that is because the next theme is tattoos. And tattoos, let's take a look at that poll. Overwhelmingly 73 to 27%, he will have tattoos. So that's kind of why I left the tail very much blank, is because I kind of had a feeling that he would have tattoos. Now, the thing with tattoos on a character is that you have to design them, and I don't know exactly what to go for. Oh no. He could have a snake tattoo. Even though I didn't go with like the snake in terms of the animal, he could actually have a snake tattoo. And he could have it wrapping throughout his tail. Ooh, that's it. Or like wrapping his body or arms or something. I don't know. That just sounds like a really cool idea. Oh my god, yes. But where do I put it? That is the question. So something that could be a thing is the fact that the tattoos could actually be on his back. Now, I know I left the tail blank for it, but then again, he's got long hair. He's got long curly hair, so it would be covered. My brain keeps forgetting some design elements of him that would make it like pointless to put tattoos on his back. I think because he's shirtless, I think he should have tattoos, more of them as well. Even though this was supposed to be a picture of the back of our boy, let's just quickly make it the front, and it doesn't have to be like amazing. So obviously he doesn't have legs, but I usually put this as like the pelvis, just to mark where the tattoos could end. His hair is so fun to draw. It's literally just squiggle, which is great. So let's actually just add in some detail lines. It's not perfect anatomy, because anatomy isn't my forte, but like, really speaking, that is a mood. I really would like to make it my forte, so I could actually be better at drawing. But it seems like anatomy has just gone out the window, down the toilet, down the drain, out the window, wherever you want to put it, anatomy is not here anymore. Okay, so let's use the blue again just to like indicate where the tattoos would be. Now, I kind of like the idea of the snake being on his arm. However, it could be on his body. I kind of like the idea of the snake kind of being like maybe up there, or let's just use my pink. Like, his tattoos are not going to be pink because, you know, he's supposed to be more masculine, but just to indicate where it could be that's different. Oh, I'm not entirely 100% sure exactly where to put it. Or he could have like a snake that wraps around his neck. So for the tail, I said it was a blank canvas, and since he's kind of got this snake eel sort of vibe going on, maybe he wants to like tattoo his tail into looking like a snake, so he is like an actual sneeze, like he's an actual sneeze snake. I was supposed to say sea snake, but it came out sneeze snake. I keep mucking up my words. Oh, I'm gonna keep this in. Sneeze steak. Sea snake. Oh my gosh. I still think he should have like a snake tattoo. Like, possibly this blue one or this pink one. I can't make up my mind because I like both of them. But then again, if I have that one, the one around his neck, you won't be able to see his gills as much. So I think I might go with this blue one. That way it will be easier to see. Okay, I think we have our characters. So I'm going to do a final artwork of this character. Let's head on over to the speed paint.
For those of you who wanted to see me sketch out the final piece and line it and everything, I'm so sorry I had to cut that part out because, as you can tell by getting to this point in the video is very, very long. So I didn't actually discuss the skin colour or his hair colour, what it was going to be, and I knew for a start I wanted him to be more like an eel. Obviously he was based on an eel, so I wanted him to be quite dark colours so he could blend into the surrounding area as a form of camouflage. And because of that, his hair looks very natural in colour, but I decided to add some black, so some of his curls are quite black, which I suppose that could be dyed hair. I'm sorry if people don't think that, but it's what I decided to do in the end. Anyway, he needs a name, and just like the last video, I'm going to leave it up to you guys, so comment down below what his name should be. I will admit that I actually got more attached to this character than the previous character, whose name is Amari. Thanks for all the suggestions on that, by the way. And the reason why I got more attached to this character is because I put him in my OC universe a lot sooner than the previous character. I also had a better feel of his personality sooner as well, but I really hope that you guys don't mind how long this video is. It wasn't my intention for it to be this long, but there was just so much footage and there was so much thought process behind this character that I feel like it needed it. And I'd like to hear your opinion on this. Is this video too long? Because the last video was 35 minutes, this is almost 45, so it's almost 10 minutes longer. So I want to hear your opinions. So if there's ever a round 3, I can take those suggestions on board. So just before I show you the final neatened up piece after all of the watercolours went on, I'm just going to go through all of the pictures that I have drawn throughout this video, just to give you an overview. So we started here, and we went into eel territory, and then we made him more scary because he needed to be, since he was an eel character. And then off camera, to try and come up with a final composition, I did these sketches just to try and get a feel for how he would swim around on the seafloor. So I did those. So after that, I actually went into Clip Studio Paint and I just did a rough sketch of what his pose could be, and then I did the final piece. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can click like and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notification bell for notifications for every time I post a video or live stream. Don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section down below to name him, because I'd love to see what you guys can come up with for him. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!